Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to explain AI memory. And you know why this matters? Most developers build AI agents that suffer from temporary amnesia. Every time you restart a session, the model loses everything it learned about your specific preferences or data. This is more critical than you think, because without persistent memory, your AI cannot build long-term relationships or handle complex multi-day tasks effectively. Let us dive into the internal mechanisms that turn a stateless model into an intelligent, stateful assistant. Specifically, we will discuss the inherent limitations of stateless models, define the RAG architecture, and explore how vector databases function. Then, we will look at implementing persistent memory, discuss common pitfalls, and finally, examine a real-world scenario. Watch the full video without skipping any content to understand it better. Before we get into the topic, a small request to you. I have already uploaded many technical videos on different technologies and tools. We share more knowledgeable content every day. So, if you are interested in learning and want to improve your skills, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and joined our WhatsApp community. The join link is available in the description or scan the QR code shown on the screen. Let us get started. So why do current AI systems feel like they have no memory? It is because LLMs are stateless by design. Every prompt you send is treated as a brand new request with no knowledge of the one that came before it. Imagine talking to a person who suffers from short-term memory loss, where they forget your name and the context of your conversation every 30 seconds. That is exactly what happens with your LLM without a dedicated memory layer. It forces you to repeat yourself constantly, which makes it impossible to build complex, multi-step automation workflows. Now, what is AI memory really? It is a persistent storage layer that retrieves relevant past context and injects it into the current prompt before it reaches the model. Think of it like a personal assistant who keeps a detailed digital diary. Whenever you ask a question, they do not just guess. They quickly flip to the relevant page in that diary to give you an answer based on your specific history and preferences. This is the difference between a generic chatbot and a truly helpful, context-aware agent. Before we proceed, you need to ensure your environment is ready. You will need either Ubuntu 22.04 or Windows 11 with WSL2. Ensure Python 3.10 or newer is installed by running the version command in your terminal. You must have an OpenAI API key or a locally running model to follow the code examples. Finally, ensure you have your terminal open and ready to run commands. If you are missing any of these, pause here and get them sorted first. So how does this work internally? We use a pattern called retrieval augmented generation or RAG. First, your query goes to a vector database, which acts as a search engine for semantic meaning. It finds the most relevant pieces of your history and pulls them out. These pieces are then fed into the LLM context along with your new question. Finally, the model generates a response that includes this retrieved memory. This flow allows the model to remember without actually retraining. To start, we need the right tools. We are using LangChain to bridge the gap between our memory and the LLM, and ChromaDB as our local vector database. Install these packages using the command shown on screen. This will give you the framework to store and retrieve data locally without needing complex cloud infrastructure. Once the installation finishes, you should see a success message similar to this. If you see errors about missing compiler tools, ensure your Python environment is set up correctly for your operating system. This confirmation means you are ready to begin writing the memory integration code. Now, let us see the core concept in action. Here, we initialize a local ChromaDB instance on line 5, which handles the semantic storage. On line 8, we add a simple text snippet to our memory. When we run this, the system converts that text into a mathematical vector representation. This allows the AI to perform a similarity search later, finding that specific preference whenever it is needed. It is effectively creating a searchable index for your AI's long-term memory. If the code runs correctly, you will see this confirmation. The data is now persisted in the local directory named II memory. This directory contains the vector index that the AI will query in future sessions. This is the foundation of persistent state. In a production environment, you cannot just dump everything into the prompt. You need to be selective. Here, we define a retrieval function that performs a similarity search. We limit the results to the top 3 most relevant snippets to keep our context window clean and cost-efficient. This approach ensures the AI only receives information that is actually useful for the current question, preventing the model from becoming distracted by irrelevant historical data. The output shows exactly what we expect. The system successfully retrieved our specific preference from the database. This context can now be injected into the system prompt to guide the LLM's behavior. This is exactly how production systems maintain consistency across multiple user interactions. One common mistake is failing to handle the persistence directory correctly. If you try to load a database from a path that does not exist, you will see this value error. This usually happens when the application is restarted in a different working directory. The fix is to ensure your path is absolute or consistently referenced. To fix this, you should always use absolute paths. By using the OS library to construct the path relative to the file location, you ensure that the database is found regardless of where you execute the script. This small change prevents your AI from losing its memory every time you change your terminal's working directory. Let me share a real-world scenario. An online support platform handling 1 million requests per month struggled because their agents had to keep asking customers for context. They implemented a vector-based memory system that retrieved the last 6 months of interaction history for every ticket. The result was a 40% reduction in resolution time. Customers stopped getting frustrated, and the AI was finally able to act as a helpful partner rather than just a basic chatbot. So when should you use this? Use vector memory for long-term knowledge retention and tracking user preferences over time. For basic short conversations, stick to a simple session buffer in memory. However, do not use vector memory for real-time transactional data that changes constantly, as the index update overhead is too high. Also, if your dataset is small enough to fit in a simple dictionary, you are just over-engineering the solution. Use these criteria to decide if this tool is right for your situation. To recap, remember that LLMs are stateless, so you must build memory manually. Use RAG architecture to fetch history dynamically. Leverage vector databases for semantic search rather than exact keyword matching. Always ensure your database paths are absolute to avoid data loss. Finally, always be selective with how much context you retrieve to maintain performance. If you follow these points, you will build AI agents that actually feel intelligent and helpful. I believe this video will definitely be a useful video. If you like the video, please do like and hype the video. Also share it with your friends and groups. It may be useful to somebody else. If you have any doubts or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description because we share more knowledgeable content every day. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.